Hello, everyone, and good evening. We are at the final episode for Dan-A-Plooza tonight. My guest is Coco Lafousfous.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. For those watching, Coco Lafousfous is an aerial artist, instructor, dancer, burlesque performer, dance teacher, and many other jacks of the trade.
Just keeps getting longer and longer.
Exactly. You're getting those 20 characters all in.
I know my Twitter bio is insane.
But we're ecstatic to have you on here. And a lot of people have been wanting to have you on this show, and they've really been clamoring for it. So,
well, thank you. That's a lovely thing to hear. Thank you guys so much. I'm happy to be a part of the show.
So, Coco, what made you decide to be a performer?
Honestly, I don't think I had a chance at doing anything else. Always grew up as the weird kid, and then from the weird kid turned into the weird art kid who couldn't I always knew I loved art, but I didn't know what was my avenue. Like, I thought it was music for a really long time, and then I realized I was like, I don't think that's where I live. And then kind of discovered dance in college, and as I became a better and stronger dancer, that kind of just led to more performance work, and then wanting to discover more about movement. So then that led me to yoga, which then after I graduated college, moved out to LA. You basically, if you're in LA at some point, you're gonna perform whether you like it or not. Someone's gonna rope you into some either improv show, or in my case, a lot of circus shows of discovering the aerial and circus arts, and just blossoming in that field of, I can be as weird as possible and make a living and teach people how to be weirder and be like, just, this is nice. This is great. I can do this. I tried office jobs, but it becomes very apparent that it's like, no, you belong to the night. Go dance on a stage somewhere.
Like, someone would hand you paperwork and you start dancing, and I need that report, but it's just nope.
Honestly, I was a department head for an after-school dance program, and wow. We need the financials. Here we go.
This is the greatest report.
You just wanted it on Google Docs, not an interpretive dance form? I gotta go.
Be like, cover, and they're like, I just need it. I just need it.
What is that? Like, are you under budget? Are you over budget?
Yeah.
So yeah, there really just wasn't a chance for me to do anything else.
They're like, just leave it on the desk.
Just leave it on the desk and go teach your dance classes. Just get out of here.
So, what's been the biggest challenge for you as a performer during the pandemic?
I mean, they're all pretty big challenges. I would say probably the biggest and the hardest has just been the loss of community. Even so, during the pandemic, I moved from Los Angeles to literal middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. Like, people who have grown up in Wisconsin their entire lives, I can tell them the town I live in, they don't know either. Nobody knows where I live.
No.
For the most part, I like it, but it was very, it's kind of sad just to leave my circus community like a thief in the night. Like, all right, I'm getting out. It's in April 2020, the world is shut down. I can't leave my tiny box of an apartment in LA. I'm going to go hide in the woods until this is over. So definitely just losing all the trust in the communications and the artists that I've worked with for so long. That was by far one of the hardest things. But the blessing of it is I have been able to connect with a lot of online burlesque and online theater communities, and been able to continue to perform and teach in this virtual realm that we're all stuck in now. So as much, and I still miss my community so much, and I'm grateful that I'm starting to build more communities. And even now that the pandemic is coming to an end, I'm able to like go back to LA and reconnect with those people. So that, I mean, just the loss of community is by far the hardest part. But, you know, we're even if, you know, it's the endemic, we're still like able to make art. We're still able to connect with the people we love. Yeah, so that we're on the upswing.
And straight to the top. And you could be like, we're gonna make it after all.
Oh yeah, Mary Tyler Moore. She grew up in my neighborhood. Yes. Woo. Or right over to Minneapolis, throw that
hat. Wow. Just thinking about that is kind of like a different kind of culture change from going to the busy kind of street life of LA, you know, to, you know, out in the woods, you know, where you're more secluded, you know, and I'm sure that if you were coming in the night with like like a circus or something, some people are like, what is that?
Yeah, so I still teach kids dance in the area, and so part of that is, I don't know, I like to dress up. I dress for the part, so I have like a unicorn onesie that I had to wear into like a gas station to get just a little like chicken sandwich on my way to work, and they're like, what? And funny enough, so right now I have lots of little butterflies in my hair.
Oh yeah.
But at the time I had a little stuffed octopus that I put into my hair to go to work to teach children. And they're like, what's in your hair? Oh, it's just an octopus. Well, that just raises more questions.
Exactly. It's something wrong. There's no cheese in her hair, you know. There's no like little.
What is in her hair? Is it like a little hat? No. It's like an octopus. There's just an octopus in my hair. So it's definitely like the circus has come to town. The freak show is here, happily, very happily.
It's like you came in like a wrecking ball, you know, like the money.
Oh, most definitely. And just like the lifestyle switch of, so right now we got the sequence, but earlier we had the Carhartt on, moving wheelbarrows full of like wood so that I can stay warm at night. So it's a weird lifestyle shift to go from like, my air conditioner is broke again to like, no, I need to chop this wood in order to stay warm in winter.
I can't chop it in the dress, you know. I do, and then my dress rips, and you know.
Exactly.
People hear me screaming in the woods. Oh, Coco ripped her dress again.
Why is she screaming? She's either ripped her dress or she's taking pictures in the woods. Either way, just don't.
It's on Instagram. We all liked it.
Every loud noise in my life is almost always followed by, I'm okay. It's fine. I'm okay. It's when you don't hear that I'm okay that it's like, what's going on?
Even Siri's like, are you sure yes, I'm okay.
Yes, I'm okay. I just fell on my head a little. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it.
Would you like to hear about some products that no. No. Who have been your role models?
That's a really good and tough question for me because I have like a lot of people who I love and admire who have given me like lots of inspiration. And then in the same boat, like I have kind of nobody else that I know who does what I do. So I've had producers. The studio owner that I used to work at, Leah Walker, was just a huge inspiration for me as a woman who worked full-time in media and then went I think I'm going to open my own business as like a side fun gig to create this whole community of circus aerial artists and perform herself and just allow this one to put on way too many crazy shows at the studio. So I would say the Aeroform family and Leah Walker in particular have definitely been big role models. But then there's also been a lot of circus performers. One that comes to mind is definitely Jane Osborne, who also works as an actress. So I occasionally catch her on some of the TV shows. I'm like, my friend Jane's on TV. But she is also just an amazing inspiration. It's just someone who knows exactly what she's doing when she walks into the gig, all professionalism, but like still fun and lighthearted. And she also just has taught me so much. So she's been an inspiration as a teacher, as a performer, and just an all around just wonderful human being. So a lot of my like circus family are people where I'm like, I just want to be more like you and more like you and you too. I want to be more like you. So I would definitely say the whole circus family and my Air family for sure are like my big role models. I just want to be like the cool people in my life, you know?
Yeah. So one of mine is I've always enjoyed Wayne Knight from Seinfeld and Space Jam.
Well, I just saw him in something else. Oh, in Jurassic Park too.
Yes, I have
legendary Wayne Knight.
Dennis Nedry cosplay, and I go to conventions as him. Yes. And I have a Dilophosaurus that goes with me, and I have Butterfingers, and the kids just eat that up, you know, because.
I love that.
So there actually will be a convention at Four State Comic-Con with the Jurassic Park Jeep, and I'm sure I'll be walking around with it.
I can't wait to see the pictures. I bet it's going to be amazing.
It'll be really funny. But some people are like, well, can you do like the Venom and in your face? And I go, oh, you mean and wander aimlessly? You know, I just
and then just be blinded by acid for the rest of the time I'm at the con. No.
Sir, you bumped and knocked my table. You owe me $100.
I was in character. Do you not appreciate what I'm doing here?
I actually have a sign that says, that's not the magic word, you know, so.
I don't, in all the, like, the password managers of my life, that's the one I need, whereas, like, if someone tries to hack in, it just goes,
Yeah, I do that. I do that with Butterfingers. People eat that up.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then so people want me to do that, or where they say, look, nobody cares who it is when they're having that meal. I do that too. I'm like, see, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Oh yeah, he's so funny. So funny. Love that guy. Love Wayne Knight.
Him and Robin Williams. Those have been my influence.
Yeah. Robin Williams. There's some of those movies, even like the kids' movies. I don't know who in our generation can grab two pot lids and not fit their breasts. I don't know who doesn't do the Mrs. Doubtfire, grab the two pot lids. Oh, it's my first day as being a woman. I already have hot flashes. I don't know who else can't do that, but every time, like, I will intentionally empty the dishwasher just for that moment.
See, what I do is I normally wait till there's a pie or whipped cream, and I stick my face and I go, hello, dearie, oh, you know, and so that's
just let it drop into the coffee.
Yeah, you know, and then I have like all the whipped cream, and people are like, well, we're gonna eat that dish.
Are you okay? We're starting to worry.
And I'm like, pie's good. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
So what are some of your favorite songs to perform along to as a performer?
So right now I kind of go through phases. Right now I'm stuck somewhere between like dark, gritty EDM and just jazz. Like I've been hitting a big Rat Pack resurgent phase where I'm just like, if it's not Sammy Davis Jr., I guess we can listen to it, but like, can we get back to Sammy, please? So I don't know why. I think there's just something with like the rhythm of it. It just gives you lots of chances to like hit the beat and express. So yeah, jazz is definitely a big one that I've been performing to a lot lately. And it also just helps because there's such a popularity behind like classic burlesque style where people want that like vintage sound, they want the vintage costumes, they want to really feel like we all do. Can we just get transported out of our time zone and into maybe one where the problems we know that they have a clear and concise ending? So that's definitely what I've been listening to a lot lately right now and performing a lot too. It's just jazz.
All that jazz.
Always jazz.
I remember the first time I learned to do a jazz square.
Yes. If you can't jazz square, you can't go nowhere. That's what I always say.
It was my first production out of high school, Wizard of Oz, and we had to learn the jazz square.
Yeah, jazz. I love jazz squares, jazz hands. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
And then learning that this is ASL applause, I'm like, oh, so I can do jazz hands and be actively applauding when I'm on mute.
Yes. What's also interesting is I've met Claire Kramer. I don't know if you know her. She's from Buffy and Bring It On.
Oh God, I can see everything but her face, which sounds terrible.
She was in Bring It On, and we did jazz hands together, you know. And I did the whole spirit fingers. And I was like, no, move like this, and you know, like the choreographer. And
these are gold. These are gold.
These aren't spirit fingers. These.
Oh yeah, funny enough story. I definitely had a high school jazz teacher who, unironically, was saying like, these are not jazz hands. These are jazz hands. I was like, did nobody tell him? Has nobody told him about this movie? Because there was not a hint of irony. There was not a hint of joke there.
There's you watching that, you know, like on the thing. That's my life. That's
my life. Those are my teachers. Those are the people I work with, and I love it. Occasionally, I am that guy when I'm teaching. I'm like, jazz square, jazz hands. Let's do this. Come on, kids.
Sometimes they're just like. Okay,
I have had the occasional kid of just like, I'm moving it. What do you want? I'm here, aren't I? I'm like, it always helps if you can be the most, like when you're, at least when I find when I'm teaching kids, if you can be the most embarrassing thing in the room, all of a sudden everything that they do is like, oh, okay, so at least I'm not her.
Yeah. I'm not like Teach.
Yeah, I'm not like Miss Coco, this freak, let me tell
you. So you have that wonderful artwork. Do you mind showing?
Oh yeah, so I had to show my my nerddom. So I'm also oddly enough, I don't stream, but I do have my two little video game buddies. I have Companion Cube and my Mega Man here for the nerds in the house.
Now, did you paint that or buy that?
It's a gray area. So, theater nerd. I went to a theater college, and one of our friends' final projects was to create, like, you had to weld something, you had to use foam, you had to use wood. So that is like a steel frame around wood and then foam for the little extra parts. And he didn't want it when the project was done, so we kind of adopted it and had our scene painting friend, Jenna Hauk, she repainted it, and just as part of like, come on, get out of Chicago, come out of the pandemic and just come out into the woods with me and paint my Companion Cube. So I didn't put the work into it. I am much better at this kind of thing. If you want me to like move my body and entertain, I got you. You want me to physically paint? How much time you got? how much paint do I get to have? It's gonna take a while. We're not in a hurry, are we? Because
so for me, to be an artist, because that's what I am. I'm a painter. Yeah.
I have so much admiration for that because I can't do it very well.
I actually, if you want to see. Ta-da!
Whoa, that's beautiful. I love that. That's so pretty. And also, like, my mind is like, how?
Well,
like, my mind can't figure out like how you would like create something.
It was in an art class, but normally you would start with this yellow and, kind of make this and then, use the brush to manipulate. And you would do all kind of like this core work. And then you would do the tree. And everyone usually gets nervous on the tree because it's black. Because they're like, did I do it right? Oh, no, my tree.
Oh, no, my tree.
Exactly. They're like, my tree's awkward. Oh, no. And I go, it's an awkward painting. You'll be fine.
And as someone who is literally surrounded by trees all the time, trees are awkward looking things. Let them be awkward.
Some people want
they don't care.
Tree.
The tree doesn't care if it's awkward.
I thought it was cool adding like those white things, and he suggested
that. It's a nice little effect. It's beautiful.
I think it's like very whimsical, I like to say.
I would say that's my style. I'm about whimsy.
But I just remember those, and then like those paint by numbers when I was little, they'd be like, paint number 4 blue. I'm painting it red.
Tell me what to do.
Exactly. Why is the beach red? Because I said so.
It's on another planet. It's a red beach. Don't worry about it.
Because I'm 8 and I make up my own mind.
Exactly. Because the beach is red. Why worry about it?
Oh, yes. And so do you have favorite venues to perform at when you were in LA?
Ooh, I have some like dream venues. I would love to perform at like the Globe Theater in downtown Los Angeles or the Orpheum, all those like old historic theaters. And I've had the pleasure of seeing quite a few shows there, and every time I'm like, I want to get up on the stage.
Yes.
So hopefully someday either having myself or my work up there would just be such a dream to be on. Which seems weird. Like my dream is to be on LA's Broadway, not the New York one, but whatever. I'm a West Coast kid. West Coast kid at heart.
Exactly. See, when we get the time traveling working, you could just go from here to there,
Wish I had a portal gun.
Yes.
Wish I had a portal gun.
Wabba-dub-dub.
Be a quick adventure, in and out, 20 minutes.
I don't know, Grandpa. I don't know, Morty.
Oh God, yeah, so good. But if only I had a portal gun, I would just be hopping in and out everywhere. And then right back to the woods.
Nothing happens, where your arm comes out like here or something like that. Like, I'm here to perform.
As long as it's not one of those weird Star Trek transporters where all of a sudden, arms coming out here or I come in inside out, like nothing. Yes. A regular portal, non-fossil fuel would be dream come true. So someone out there, make it because I want it.
I want it, and I don't want to pay $5,000 on Amazon.
I can't get Amazon out here in the woods. Come on, help me out.
They just chuck it out in the woods and
Thank
you. So, is that one of your favorite cartoons? Is Rick and Morty?
It's definitely up there. I am kind of a cartoon nerd. Like I love like Futurama. I'm trying to go through what's the Netflix Futurama one? They just redid Disenchantment. So I'm trying to finish that season off. Oh God. I feel like that moment in I'm forgetting now all the movies that I love where it's like, what video games do you play? Ooh, that's a big question. What cartoons do you like? Ooh, There's so many that all of a sudden now I can't think of a single one.
Space Invaders. No, wait, that's when I was little.
That's way back when.
Exactly.
But no, it's crazy. So when I was growing up, I was never really allowed to watch The Simpsons. So now, so I like missed a whole generation of comedy and references. But now as an adult, like I'm going back and being like, oh, I get it now. I get that reference. Oh, Monorail Man. I get it.
Do you have a favorite Simpsons character? Or some that you really like?
I mean, you can't go wrong with Lisa. She's just a sweetheart through and through, and like the moral compass that makes me go, okay, good. There can be craziness in the show, but at least there's one sane voice. And just really anybody Phil Hartman voices, I'm on board with that character 100%. I know he's always going to swindle me, and I don't care.
You mean like this video from Troy McClure?
Yes! Troy McClure! Monorail Man! All of it. Anything he does, I'm there for it.
Oh, I'm a big Simpsons guy. I enjoy all of them. Homer's probably my favorite.
The lovable oaf. You can't help. You can't help it.
And I watched the interview with Dan Costella, and he did all the voices, like Krusty. He'd be like, hey, there's all my Krusty buddies out there. So, and Grandpa, he did the voice of him. So he'd be like, in my day, we didn't have talk shows. We just sat around and listened to noises.
That's a really good one.
It is. And then he did Barney. Remember Barney? You know, he's just drunk. He's
what I would give to walk into like a Moe's Tavern right now and just like, yes, one cheap beer, please.
I did. I went to the one in Universal Studios.
Oh, fun!
And they had a Barney there. And then, you know, I did that. And then they had that. And then who else? The Simpsons ride. And then I rode Krang and Kodos ride. And then I met Krusty and Sideshow Mel. Or Sideshow Bob. Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, it's weird. I've only gone to Universal once, and then I just went to the Harry Potter world.
Yeah. It's kind of like near the Men in Black and like E.T. and all that, you know.
Yeah. I gotta go back. I need a day like at a theme park where it's just like get sunburnt, get shooken about by a roller coaster, eat some fried food, call it a day.
Yep. So I did that, and then what was it? I love the E.T. ride. That one's really a lot of fun too.
Such a classic.
You smell like the pine and everything, nostalgia and everything. I'm like, where's the Reese's Pieces? There should be. Like, I feel like me pedaling, you know, I should get like food, you know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. One of my like bestest friends did an aerial act where she had like the whole bodysuit painted and everything. So she was E.T. and then her partner was Elliot. And so they had like little Reese's Pieces. So cool.
There, what was it? Because I met C. Thomas Howell. He was in E.T. And he said that he got in trouble for messing with the E.T. puppet off camera, you know. They'd be like, don't poke him in the back. And he'd be like, poke, poke, poke.
Come on, leave him alone.
And the guy that played Elliot, I know that he had a problem with kissing the girl that he had to kiss with. That's been noted before too.
I'm sure. I imagine like when you're like a young, I can't even imagine what it would be like to be like a young movie star in Hollywood. It feels like you don't get to have like a real childhood of just being young and dumb and like being able to watch movies and be like, I can believe that because I'm a young kid. Like, I don't know. It'd be strange.
My favorite is the Halloween scene where they're walking and the brother has the knife And E.T. thinks it's right, and he's like, ouch. And he's like, stop, ouch.
Ouch. Oh, yeah.
So would you like to do something for Dan-A-Plooza? Do you want to do a little dance or something before we
Sure. Do you have any copyright-free music by chance? Otherwise, it's going to be mighty awkward. I can kind of show you the studio space as well. If that's...
Yeah, if you want to show that, and I guess if I have to sing it, I'll do it.
Fly me to the moon. All right, so we got my ladder there, and then we have the hoop.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, so I have this big, lovely space. I'm very, very fortunate. And over here we have a flying pole, and I'm backwards, and a hammock attached to it. Let me try to do a little something for you on the hoop, if I can get set up right where I want it. Yeah, you can kind of tell one of the reasons I was very eager to move to Wisconsin is knocking stuff over. I have enough time and space to do this. All right. So we'll do this. Now don't fall.
Do you need music or are you good?
I'll just do a quick little something.
Okay.
Whatever the costume will allow.
Oh. Wow.
Just a regular day at the office.
Oh.
Woo.
Woohoo.
Now that I'm all nice and busy. Take you back over to my little corner.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, I was gonna be like, hey, ho, let's go, let's go.
No more.
I'm tired. I'm famished.
I mean, yeah, it is one of my joys of Ariel is that being able to do all this work means basically can eat I should eat healthier.
Right.
There's a big emphasis on should there. Should, don't. But it's nice just to like be so active that I don't really need to like watch. Like I can just eat whenever I'm hungry, and I'm always hungry.
Well, it's not like you're like twirling and eating a burger, you know?
And I mean, there's certainly have been trade-offs. Like I used to drink more than I do now, only because it's like I just can't recover. I can't get up and spin the day after having like too many beers the night before. Like it's
right.
I've done it too many times, and I'm not gonna do it
again. My thing that I think it would be funny. I don't know if it could ever be done, but if you had like a chicken nugget and you had someone hold the sauce, get over here so I can dump this in a tournament.
You just dip it. Oh yeah, thank you.
I dropped it. Hold on, give me another one.
That would be a fun because I've always wanted to do like a 7 Deadly Sins show where I got to be gluttony.
Yeah.
Because that would just be fun. Like, yeah, dip in the chicken nugget while I'm hanging upside down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, loving it. You can get sponsored by McDonald's then.
Hey, I'll take their money.
You can have your own built. You can have your own built in your studio. No. You'd probably want something like Starbucks or something better.
Hey, if it was a T-Bell, no, we're getting into my vices.
I need 2 chalupas before I hit the swing. All right.
I need them stat.
Yes, with the Dorito taco shell. All right.
Crunchwrap Supreme
Yes.
and a Baja Blast. Please and thank you.
And they'd be like, all right, I'm ready.
We're ready to talk about, let's shoot this commercial.
Yeah. Everyone be like,
oh man, exactly that. That's the dream.
Well, and then for folks watching, check out Coco's Linktree, and you can find out all her all her social medias. You can see where she's been interviewed before, performances, workshops, all that wonderful performance opportunities and things that have involved Coco, and just an awesome person. So make sure to follow all of those. Coco, anything you want to say before we wrap up Dan-A-Plooza?
Yes, there is. I would like to just say that the best part of broccoli is the stem.
Ah. Indeed. It is.
A tagline that makes no sense, but I am committing to it.
I'm in character and I must sell the stem.
I feel like everyone already is like, this is the best legs in LA. She's the wonderful. I just need a little Wikipedia fact.
Yeah. Is there any thing you'd like to plug or anything, or shows or anything you want to plug before we go?
I am going to be featured in Contemporary Dance Choreographers Festival in June. So if you follow me on social media, at Coco Lafousfous on whatever page that you use social media, that's where I am is at Coco Lafousfous. You'll be able to get all the information about upcoming online classes, upcoming online shows, and even if you're interested in hosting workshops in your area, reach out to me there.
Yep. All right. Well, I want to thank my guest, Coco, for being on Dan-A-Plooza. I'm sure we'll have her back again at some point. And watching. Yep, we will. Maybe next time I dance. Maybe next time I do something.
We'll have a streamer choreography going. It'll be great.
Exactly. In sync. So we'll do that for next time. And then keep supporting Dan-A-Plooza. Be back in April. We have great guests. We already have Reanimate Her, who is a horror guest, and she has her own channel, and she has a talk show where she just talks all about the horror genre. So we have that. We have independent filmmaker Abby Parker, where she will talk about her film Indentured, which received 12 laurels on the independent film scene. We have artistic performer, choreographer Jeffrey, who has many titles just like Coco, will be a returning guest. So Jeffrey Steele. We're going to have the Garbage Pail Queen, DJ Matt, and we're going to have the return wrestler, the Woe, the Weapon of Ass Destruction, come back on Dan-A-Plooza. So stay tuned for that wonderful April lineup. I'm Dan the Man, my guest Coco. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.